what we've achieved so far as a team over the last few years. Last year was very difficult, but how we've reacted and come back from that I think is very special in itself, and how we've performed for the majority of this season is very special. But we're still a long way to go, until the end of the season, the games that we've got left. I know how quickly football can change, and people will talk about all the things that we can win, but we know with a couple of bad games it can all be over. So it's about keeping focus. It's about focusing on the next game, the next challenge, no matter what competition, giving absolutely everything, and then we'll see where we are come the end of the season.
Well, standing in Liverpool's way is Unai Emery's Villarreal. They stunned Bayern Munich in the last round, and Emery has proven himself a European specialist over the past decade. This is how formidable Emery's record is in the knockout stages. Since the 2009-10 season, Emery has won 84% of his knockout ties in Europe. Only Zinedine Zidane can boast a better win percentage than the Villarreal head coach. Well, let's get more build-up then to tonight's huge game at Anfield. Delighted to say we're joined by former Liverpool striker Neil Mellor. Neil, thanks so much for joining us. Good afternoon to us. Right, let's have a little check-in. How are the nerves right at this moment?
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Rob, and everybody else. It's a time to enjoy. I think from a Liverpool point of view, this is a special time to follow Liverpool. It's a team that have been incredible over the last couple of seasons, and in the pursuit for what would be an unbelievable season in winning 4 trophies. For those lucky enough to go to Anfield tonight, for those watching the game, and I'm lucky to be going to Anfield tonight, just enjoy watching this team, whatever the outcome is in terms of the end of the season.
Does every match that Liverpool play at the moment feel like a huge event? And how exhausting must that be?
Well, from sort of an ex-player's point of view, from a fan's point of view, it's enjoyable to watch, but it is exhausting. I mean, for the players, it's been relentless. This is game 8 in April for Liverpool, and those games have been really high-pressure, high-intensity games. Played City twice, once in the Premier League, once in the FA Cup semi-final. Benfica Champions League quarter-final, of course. Last 2 Premier League games, United and Everton, big rivals of Liverpool, and certainly the intensity has been there with those performances. So it's been relentless, and it's not going to end because it's non-stop from now to the end of the season. Newcastle in the Premier League next, knowing that there's very little room to slip up in terms of that title race for Liverpool, and of course that quest to win 4 trophies. So it's credit to the players for maintaining these high levels, but it's only going to increase that pressure for the remaining games. Could be 9 games for Liverpool to look forward to. 8 definite. It could be 9 if Liverpool win this Champions League semi-final and progress to the final.
And who can forget that last Champions League semi-final? Was it 3 years ago? Barcelona? Right, how key will that Anfield crowd be tonight then?
Great memories. Yeah, absolutely. Bringing back there against Barcelona. I think it's fair to say that the second leg is where you would want to be at home. It's not the case for Liverpool this time around against Villarreal, who've done well to be there, but they are the outsiders. I think you have to say that. But there's always been a surprise team, hasn't there, in the Champions League? I think back to a couple of years ago, Lyon, Leipzig, they were in the semi-finals. A few years before that, when Liverpool won it, Ajax with that surprise package, and Villarreal at that. So Liverpool won't underestimate them. They're there on merit. I watched them against Bayern Munich. It will be very different to the game last night. For those that watched the City v Real Madrid game, and it looked a classic. I was at Barnsley v Blackpool, so I never got to watch it. But it looked a classic. It will be different tonight. I don't expect too many goals. I think Villarreal will come to Anfield. They'll look to frustrate Liverpool. A little bit similar to Everton in that approach at the weekend. So Liverpool will be well prepared for what's ahead tonight.
Yeah. Trip to Barnsley is always good, though, isn't it? We've got to get that clear. Right, tell me what you think. Jurgen Klopp has been changing his front 3 around almost every game. Who do you expect to start tonight?
Salah, I think, because he's one of the best in the world. And then it's a case of who does he pick for the 2 remaining places for the 3 other available players? I think Bobby Firmino won't be fit, certainly from the reports, so he won't be available for this one. You've got Mane, Jota and Diaz all battling away to start alongside Salah. I think Diaz, when he came on at the weekend against Everton, I thought he changed the momentum, really good impacts from the bench. So I think he's certainly going to be in line to start. Mane's been in great form. Jota's been in great form. It's a very difficult decision for the manager to make, but it's something that Liverpool have got strength in that area and will need. I'm talking to you about 8th game in April, and they've all had to play the part. I mean, Origi, I've not even mentioned Origi in that top 5 for Liverpool. He came off the bench at the weekend and scored a really important goal. So they're all going to have a part to play from now to the end of the season, but it'd be interesting to see what 3 he goes with. But I think Salah and Diaz will be certainly 2 of them 3.
Yeah, you mentioned Villarreal will be the underdogs in this one, but Jurgen Klopp will in no way be underestimating them. They stunned Bayern Munich in the last round. So what do they need to do here?
I think we know what their game plan will be. It won't be any different. I think they'll know that they won't see a lot of the ball this evening. Liverpool will have plenty of that, as they did at the weekend against Everton. They'll be compact. They'll be organised. They'll be disciplined. They will be quite happy to try and frustrate this Liverpool Anfield crowd this evening and know that they do have a threat going forward on the counter-attack. They may not have too many opportunities to do that, but we've seen in the games against Juventus, against Bayern Munich, 2 massive victories, that they are capable of causing a huge upset. So Liverpool won't take that lightly, but know that tonight it could be a game of patience, and when them chances do come along, they have to take it. For me, I'd be happy with 1-0. I'd be happy with any kind of advantage to go into that second leg, because Liverpool, as good as Liverpool are at home, and they are, I still believe Liverpool could go to Villarreal and still turn them over in that away game as well.
Yeah, and Unai Emery's record, we just went through that in Europe. It is astonishing, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it that makes him so successful in Europe?
I think he has an identity. I think he gets his ideas across to his group, and that has been really effective. Didn't quite work out for him at Arsenal when we saw him in the Premier League, but he's had so much success in Europe, Sevilla previously, and now at Villarreal. And like I said, they've been a surprise package, but they know exactly what their jobs are. They've got an identity about it. They know that they can't go toe-to-toe with Liverpool in terms of being too open. So that's why the coaching has been key in terms of everybody knowing what is expected of them. And he's done extremely well for that. I think there's talk of the fact that they didn't play at the weekend. That may help them. And it just depends if one of their key players is available or not. Moreno, who as we know is a Spanish international, a decent player. So it'd be interesting to see if he's fit for the first leg, but I expect him to be fit for that second leg.
Yeah. OK, you said you'd settle for a 1-0 win, but how do you see this going?
I can't be greedy, can I?
Go on.
I would love to be in a commanding position with a couple of goals advantage. Of course I would, but I know it's going to be difficult tonight. Like I said, I don't expect too many goals, but I do know that Liverpool have the firepower to hit the back of the net. So if I'm leaving Anfield tonight at the end of the game and we've won 1-0, I'll be happy.